Hello everyone and welcome to a new analysis of my games. Today we're gonna watch a game where I played versus Cat, a pro player. And yeah, I find it very interesting when I do analysis of my games in tournaments, etc. I will do, every time I do my games in tournaments, I will analyze them in order to help you improve, in order to improve myself, of course, and to share the most as I can in AoE4 in order to be better, This is the goal. This is cool. So yeah, here I'm playing versus Cat during the midweek muster from a Killer Pigeon. Don't hesitate to go and watch Killer Pigeon, of course. This is a very cool tournament, a weekly tournament. So yeah, there is different maps every week and also different players, and this is very cool. And yeah, Killer Pigeon is very cool content creator, so don't hesitate to go and watch him and see what he's doing. So here I'm playing with the French, and I'm against Cat, who's playing the Byzantines. So this is a pretty tough matchup for the French. This is my first game. This is the BO3. So yeah, we will see some games to analyze. This is the first one, and we will do others after that in other videos. Okay, so pretty tough matchup, as I said, because the French is a good civilization at aggressing your opponent, putting pressure, attacking him. But the problem is that Byzantines is a very good civilization to defend. He has good spearmen, Limitanes, and he also has how is it called? The javelin throwers that are very good against those archers that I want to do on H2. But now with the meta of the Pro Scout, I feel like the French has something to say in this matchup because of the Pro Scout. So you can have a lot of resources, and if you have a lot of resources, then you are pretty fine in your game. So this is what I'm mainly talking about right now for the matchup, but of course we will see the game exactly how it's going and the mistakes that I made. And I think I did a lot of mistakes in this game. So this will be very cool to analyze, and the more mistakes, the better we can improve, of course. This is what is interesting, and of course I'm playing versus a player that is very strong, and he's stronger than me, a lot stronger than me. So I'm pretty happy to have played my games versus him. This is pretty cool. So I will put the villagers also if you want. Here my main goal is to have enough food to do a night. Okay, I started with the scout. Okay, this is pretty weird. Okay, I understand why. Because he already had his barracks. I saw it, so I said, okay, I will not do my my knight. But the most of the time, you want to do your knight in order to put pressure on your opponent. But if he already has his limitane, then it's not necessary. So I started by making scouts, and those scouts allowed me to take all the deers on the map, and as he is Byzantines, he cannot do that. So I start with a pretty good beginning, I think. This is very good stuff. Maybe the knight is still good. I think I have to do the knight to put pressure on my opponent, but this is kind of difficult because if I charge it into those spears, then it's not good at all. So I have to be very careful. I started to do archers because, as I said before, there is the barracks, and then I don't want to do some knights at the beginning. I want to do archers in order to have the control of the map and start to take all those deers that are in this map. So I am very careful to do not go too close to his spearmen, of course, and I take all my archers. My main issue here, I think, is that I don't do. Yeah, okay. I start to do knights, so this is okay. I take all the deers. This is pretty fine as the beginning of the game. So now I have to be careful right now, because he has those javelin throwers, and those javelin throwers are destroying my archers. So I have to be very careful. I have to fall back here, and I took a lot of deers in front of his base. So this is pretty nice. This is what you want to do versus some civilizations as Byzantines that are not very strong at the beginning of the game. They are getting stronger and stronger as long as the game goes, but at the very beginning they don't have the javelin throwers. They only have those limitanes, and then it's pretty easy to counter them, as you saw. So he couldn't go on the map because of those spearmen, and yeah, this is a low mobility unit, moreover, so this is also more difficult for him to go on the map. So I took the advantage of making a lot of scouts, take all the deers that I could, and now that he's countering me, that he has a lot of army, I have to fall back, I have to be careful. So this is very interesting versus those kind of civilization. This is the same stuff versus English, for example, because they have those archers that are very strong, but they have low mobility. Okay, so this is not cool, of course. I lost a scout for nothing. You want to avoid that as much as you can, but sometimes you do some mistakes. This is not a big mistake. This is not cool, but I have to be more careful about that, of course. Okay, so I'm making knights because this is pretty strong versus the javelin throwers. And yeah, I feel like the more I stay H2, the more he's getting stronger with his composition of army. I cannot do a lot of stuff versus his composition because the Limitanese are very strong at tanking those arrows because they have the shield wall, and the javelin throwers cannot be attacked by my knights because there are some Limitanese. So yeah, I feel like I have to be very careful by not staying too long H2. This is pretty weird because the French kind of want to stay H2 most of the time, but here the most we stay, the most he's pretty good army, you know. So yeah, I have to be very careful, but the deers will help me a lot by making a lot of units. So this is very, very interesting. I lost this control of the gold, so I try to take this one, but he is already on it, and this is not good at all. I lost a knight. This is not cool. And I go back. Yeah, I have to fall back here. I have to take care of my villagers and my units. This is not cool to lose units like this. I have a pretty good army composition. I have a pretty good score on my army, so this is pretty nice. But he destroyed me 400 of my units, and I killed 0 of his. So this is not cool at all. I have to be more careful about the fights that I take, of course. And yeah, he's making a very good job at annoying me with his javelin throwers. I cannot do a lot of stuff versus this. So yeah, maybe I have to try and do more. I don't know what is very. I have to do some outposts sometimes, because here with the outposts, this is pretty easier to defend. So maybe 2 outposts here in order to defend the gold would be very, very nice. I have too much food. I feel like I didn't do that well by having those resources used the most as I can. Okay, I use my scout in order to see what he's doing. I see this, but I cannot attack him. And yeah, he's going H3. So I have to see this before. I took too much time, I think, to see that. But I had so much deers. This is very, very, very nice. I am very happy about that. As I said before, the Byzantines cannot do a lot of stuff versus this. So yeah, I took the advantage as I could. So this is very, very nice. I used this scout in order to see what he's doing, but I see it too late. And now he's almost H3, and I spend all my resources on my units. So this is very, very bad. As I said before, I don't think I have to stay that long on H2 because I cannot fight him on H2. So yeah, maybe I'm not good enough on those timings on the age ups. So I have to be more careful about that. I have to use more of my scouts in order to see exactly what is going on my opponent's base, and not losing my scout, of course, because I lost it. So this is not cool. I see this scout, I kill it in order to deny him some vision. This is very cool. And now I have to go on H3. I do it. Okay, so this is pretty nice. I have a good response to his H3. This is what you want to do, of course. If your opponent is going H3 and you are in this situation, you cannot stay H2. You have to go H3, of course, because you want to do units that are veteran. You want to have better units. You want to counter your opponent, of course. So yeah, this is kind of difficult because you want to go H3 soon, but you don't want to go too soon because you don't want to be too greedy. And if you're too greedy, your opponent can destroy you. As you saw, he could have done a lot of damage to me but he didn't because I had some army, and if I didn't do this army and go h3, this would have been very, very difficult. Okay, I feel like I do a pretty good job from now on. Just I have to go h3 sooner. So this is pretty nice game. I try to do some damage with my knights. I will kill one villager, I think. But yeah, he's not here anymore, and I miss a lot of scouts. I feel like I don't scout enough my opponent. I don't see exactly what is going on the map, and this is not cool because I'm going h3 and he's attacking me on this timing. So this is the main issue that I have. I took too much time going h3. And so now he's on my base while I'm going h3. So this is the worst stuff that you can do, because he will put a lot of pressure on you, and you have 1,800 resources that have been spent in your age. So here he has so much more army. He has his techs, so he's veteran on all his units, and I'm not. So I don't want to take the fight at all. This is too complicated, and this is just because I don't go h3 fast enough, and I will lose this game just because of the timing. So this is very important for me to understand, and for you also to understand the timings. So this is very, very strong to have units that are veteran, and here I don't take a good fight. I have to be more careful. I have to fall back, and yeah, those Varangian guards are very, very tanky, of course, because they have all those armor techs, and this is very, very, very good. I try to do some damage at the same time with my knights, but this is not working at all. He's doing pretty well with this, and I'm too busy taking care of this. But yeah, I feel like I lost just because of the timing of my h3. I have to go sooner on h3 and not be surprised by my opponent. I had a lot of army, but as it was h2 army, I was getting destroyed. And as you can see, those javelin throwers are very, very strong at tanking those arrows. They have 6 armor, so this is a lot. My TC is only doing 3 damage per arrows, so this is not that good. This is not enough. And yeah, I feel like if I did go h3, my game would have been very, very strong, very good. But yeah, the timing was not good at all. Especially with those man-at-arms that I could do. Those man-at-arms are very, very interesting in this matchup, because the javelin throwers are not dealing very well with the man-at-arms. They are not dealing very well also versus the Royal Knights, of course, but he has limited A's. So yeah, I feel like the man-at-arms are a very good choice. I kind of wanted to do that, but as my h3 was too late, well, I didn't had the time to do my man-at-arms, and yeah, he's idling all my villagers, and this is over. So yeah, I'm kind of... When I played this game, I was like, oh, I made so much mistakes, etc. I feel like I did one big mistake, an enormous mistake that cost me the game. This is just the fact of not going h3. But the rest is pretty fine, I feel like. Don't hesitate to say to me what you think about that. Don't hesitate to comment what you think about this kind of video. This is pretty nice, I think, to analyze my games and also try to help you improve in this game and try to help myself improve in this game. Don't hesitate to go and watch Killer Pigeon, of course, because he's making this tournament and this was very, very nice. I tried to play versus a lot of pro players, and I'm trying to improve the most as I can in the game. Guys, don't hesitate to subscribe if you want to see more of my content. I also do some casted games to analyze also the gameplay of other players, and also to have some fun, of course. I will do a lot of different stuff on this channel. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.